Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the WIN Show on KZKO. Take part with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week or during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the WIN KZKO blog. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You are listening to WIN World Local News.
WIN World Local News with Potter Smittss. Our top story today is brought to us by WIN contributor Nick of Toronto, Canada. Mega rap star Kanye West departed his performance early during the closing ceremonies of the 2015 Pan American Games in Toronto. To spit some lyrics to why Sir Kanye threw his mic and a tantrum before exiting early stage right, let's go live to WIN Arts and Entertainment reporter Kim K, who's frolicking around outside the Toronto Skydome with the plump and juicy skinny. Kim?
Yeah, thank you. This is Kim K here reporting live for the WIN World Local News. Now, I am here with Mr. Clarence G, just G, I guess. You are a Kanye West publicist?
Affirmative. That's an affirmative.
Oh, excellent. This is the closest access I can get to Mr. West.
He's in a very delicate state right now. He can't be visited by press, media, anybody trying to get some kind of dirty dirt on the case.
Oh my God! What kind of delicate state is he in? What's going on?
He's just really flustered. He's really getting down on himself.
Oh.
You know, Kanye West thinks really highly of himself.
Yeah.
And being part of the opening ceremonies, the musical act for the Pan American Games, you know, just he
They're
realized
not the Olympics.
Well,
no.
And the thing is, he can't even do these games, can't do the Olympics. He's not an athlete.
Oh.
And that was his realization at the end of his performance. And that's why he had to cut out so early. He was just so floored by this realization that he'll never be an athlete.
He's kind of just a one-trick pony with the music thing, you know, and the failed fashion line.
Well, let's not, I'd like to address your point about the fashion line at a later moment, but, he's not a one-trick pony, alright? He's a producer. He's a DJ. He's a lyricist. He's an MC. He's a rapper.
Okay.
He's a speech therapist. He's really great at Sudoku. All right. He's a great producer. He is a manager of talent.
I believe you actually said producer in there twice. I think that might have been where you started.
That's just how good he is at it. You gotta say it twice. Otherwise, people overlook his production credits. All right. I mean, that's actually how he got his start in the hip-hop industry. He wasn't cutting records by being the lyricist that he is today. Originally, he was producing the music for other artists to put their lyrics on top of it.
Yes.
So I gotta say it twice, because that's where he gotta start, and that's what he'll continue to do.
Because he can't really expand beyond music. As we've seen with the fashion line that didn't work.
Okay,
like,
right.
He's going to start with the music, and that's just where he's going to end.
Well, that's not for me to say, all right? Kanye West's life is in Kanye West's hands. All right? And that he's having an existential crisis right now.
Now, are you doing anything to personally shepherd him through this?
I've consulted some doctors. We're looking at light therapy. We're looking at changing up his diet.
Therapy?
Yeah, so it's where a person sits in a room and exposes themselves to certain wavelengths of light in order to help improve mood. I mean, after all, we are just coming off of the summer solstice, you know, the longest day of the year.
Yeah.
So every day there's less daylight, okay? And as we go into the autumn and the winter months, Kanye is going to need to have some light therapy to boost his mood so that during another performance, he doesn't flip out and walk off stage again.
Now, would you say that we've passed the summer solstice of Kanye's career at this point?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As his publicist, I am there to encourage him, to push him forward, and to find the means and the people to help him achieve that, while also not taking any credit for that. Because if you take credit for any part of Kanye West's success, and we all know that success is a shared process, all right? It's not on any one individual. I mean, you and I know that
you're not sharing in any of that,
right? Because because he doesn't know that he's selfish. He's got a lot of ego.
And you've told him this, or that's one of those things?
No.
Oh, it sounds very hard for you.
I mean, what's your take? You're Kim K. You've had intimate relationships with the guy. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you've got a whole other side to the story that you could be sharing. Why am I the only one, providing the spin?
First of all, it's my duty to protect my man. And second
hey, that's my job too.
Well, I haven't been able to get access to him for the past couple weeks. He's been on tour, and I've just been I've had my own thing, with my stepfather.
Listen, I'm sorry, but I gotta go grab Kanye. You can hear the people out there right now. They're asking for another performance. I need to go rally him and make sure that he's gonna keep his cool and put on a dope show.
Well, best of luck with that. Thank you. Potter, back to you.
Well, thank you, Kim. Boy, you still have that junk in the trunk. Looking good out there. Okay, well, our next story is provided to us by WIN contributor Tate of Phuket City, Thailand. U.S. President Barack Hussein Obama has stated that the U.S. deserves better from presidential candidates Hillary Clinton and the Donald. Thus, President Obama has decided he wants to replace disgraced British-born rapper and decapitation aficionado Jihadi John as the new ISIS frontman in next year's ISIS election to be held in the soon-to-be ISIS capital of Damascus, Syria. To find out how this will affect U.S.-ISIS relationships, let's right to the deep neck of the matter and go live to YouTube in Mosul, Iraq, to senior WIN national political reporter Charlie Hebdo with the indoctrinating details. Charlie, what's going on over there in Mosul?
You can hear right now there's an outbreak of war. People are very upset to hear that this Westerner, the current president of the United States, is seeking to take on the leadership position of ISIS. I am here with a youth group leader, Mr. Fonz. You are hearing from the younger generations about their reactions, and you as well have your own take, I'm sure. But what do the young people think about the President Obama seeking to continue a presidency of ISIS?
Our youth see it as another trick of the white devil, trying to get into our business, trying to ruin things for us. Our youth do not like President Barack Obama.
And when you say white devil, what do you mean?
It is a term, encompassing all of the Western world.
So anybody from the United States is a white devil?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, and what about the young people? Do they share this sentiment? Is everybody in the United States a white devil, or do they listen to the musical stylings of producer Kanye West?
I try to discourage them from taking part in American pop culture. I myself do not, but I am only with these kids 3 hours a day. What they are doing on their own time, I do not have control of.
So are they more or less reluctant? Do they have a more favorable opinion of the President Obama?
Well, I mean, he is American, so there is an inherent bias. But they look. I don't like getting into this. It makes me feel as though I'm failing them, because they like him more than the George W. Bush. He's winning them over with some of his policies, his appearance on the podcast.
What is your mission as a youth group leader? You said you've let them down because they because they have a more favorable opinion of the United States?
Yes, what I am here is to grow hatred. I am here to plant the seeds of hate in their heart so that they will fight for their own land and their own people and for Allah, not for this free-for-all, laissez-faire lifestyle of America.
And not to be too pointed, Mr. Fonz, but there is a laissez-faire, free-for-all gunfight going on around us.
Yes.
Would it perhaps be a better strategy to encourage and motivate with positive emotions like love, sympathy, companionship, to reinforce that message of defending one's
that sounds like
community
the
and
message
land?
of the White Devil.
That seems like a rather nondescript, general human
No, that
message.
sounds very specifically like what the West is trying to push into our ears to make us believe they are here to help us, to make us believe that by taking our land and our oil, that it is the best thing for us. Well, I say no, sir.
Well, what do you plan on doing to help your countrymen and the youth of your country?
Posters. I am going to make posters that I can put around of great Islamic leaders. So that
Who's your favorite?
probably Muhammad or Suleiman, also a great general and leader, to inspire our youth by our own history.
Very well, very well. This is a very complex picture and a lot of heated emotions, and I don't see it being resolved anytime soon. Back to you, Potter.
Thank you, Charlie. I hope you make it out alive. Okay, well, let's get a check on the sports and head on over to Fired Up Frank, who's at the annual Homeless NBA Baller Slam Dunk Competition. How's the competition looking like they're fired up?
Wow, Potter, this is a much better competition than I was expecting when I got the assignment. There are so many bankrupt former basketball players here. The level of competition is very high. Antoine Walker has been bombing threes and continuing to miss as he did in his NBA career. And boy, he's just really putting on a show, lighting it up there, with just no conscience or respect for his teammates whatsoever. God, it's like I'm back watching the mid-90s Celtics again. This is great, Potter. Back to you.
Sounds like a fun one. I didn't know it was that all-star festive. Okay, let's get a look on the world weather, and let's check in with Tulip Sunspring, who's on a Soviet bomber flying off the coast of California. How's the weather looking like up at 35,000 feet in the sky, Tulip?
I can tell you right now that the waters below are rather choppy. It looks like there are winds below us. The waters there's like waves and whatnot. So if you're going to go swimming, be strong. Make sure you have some protein beforehand. So that's the downward weather report. Looking up, there aren't many clouds, and the skies are blue. And if you can achieve this kind of altitude like we have right now, then you'll be able to see a lot of the sky. And so that's my forecast, is 100% chance of looking up. The future looks bright from here.
Well, thank you, Tulip. That's so enlightening. What a great way to end the broadcast. And thank you all for tuning in to WIN World Local News. I'm Potter Smittss. Stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
Give the WinCast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO WIN blog during the commercial break of a case that needs to be heard during Community Court. Next on KZKO. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with another exciting segment for WIN on KZKO The Vibe.